up today? You know, I'm tired today, so I'm not going to work too hard. I'm just going to mess around with some code art ideas, probably make a few more adjustments to this Cypress tool, make it a little more usable, make some nice presentation ideas, that sort of thing, and then kind of call it from there. You know, not feeling too interested in doing a super long stream, so I'll just be casual. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. All right, so what I'd like to do what would I like to do? Well, let's start. You know what? I think I should turn down the volume a bit here. Okay, well, oh my goodness, it's one of those days. Goal for the day. Okay, simple goal. I want to do two things. One, I want to make a slightly better generation thing that saves the steps of the generation into a map with keys so that I can kind of selectively render different parts. And then the other thing is I want to start making a few more fill algorithms because that I think would be good. And that'll be it. Let me see. What's a good first thing here? Okay, so I'm gonna call this gen, just cause the opt is going to be some map with well, let's not get ahead of ourselves with generating the options, although probably should. Let's just leave it like this for now. Width, height. You know what? Let's just do width and height. And then if I want to expose further options, I'll do like something like and ops or whatever. But let's not worry about that for right now, because I kind of want the gen to be as simple as possible, really. So let me do a few hard-coded values in here. Let me do n is 16. Oh, something's wrong with the hey, the Lude. First time chat, it says here. Welcome, welcome. What are you coding, HK? One second, let me finish saying hi here. How are you all doing? I hope things are going well on your end. I'm doing well. It's a little rainy out, so I'm a little tired and feeling casual today, but I am doing well otherwise. Hope you're doing well, the Lude. And HK, I'll show you. Let's see, what's a really simple way to describe it? Actually, here, let me pull up my Twitter. I think is probably a fine way to do it. Let's see. Okay, here. So I saw these prints in an IKEA the other day. Nobody likes dark rainy days. I feel like, I mean, I don't mind it. I'm just a little tired today, I think. You know, it feels a little cozy. Like, I'm not in a bad mood, just kind of like, you know, not in a super creative, productive headspace right now. But I'm going to program for a little bit and see where I get anyway. Right, so what am I working on? I saw these art prints in an IKEA, and I thought, I wonder if I could make a tool that kind of generates similar sort of pieces. So I have Swedish, and I already approve of the IKEA mention. Perfect. Well, so those prints made me think, I bet I could come up with the sort of strategy for generating those things. And so I'm working on that right now. So I made this tweet and a lot of people liked it. So I want to kind of continue that and see if I can make some kind of, you know, I don't know, just kind of finish it up in a nice way. Hey, thanks for the follow there, HKonvict. Appreciate that. Sorry if I get your name wrong. Slow brain day on my end. So, but here, so I'll run. If you give me 1 second here, I've got a few gen tools here. So if I rerun it a bunch, you can see it generates new meshes every time, and I can change the numbers a little bit and get slightly different results. I want to have the colors look be, I don't know, the colors, I want to figure out maybe a better way to do that. Maybe I want to stylize things a bit differently. I want to add a few more fill patterns, but this is the general approach. That's cool. How long you been at it? This particular script, I want to say maximum about 10 hours off and on. It's just a casual side thing. And that's a little unfair because I've been doing, so I have some other libraries that I use to help out a little bit with this. So I have this SVG library that I'm using. So this SVG library is Clojure library that I built. It's got some tools built in. So I've just been kind of casually doing this. I'm not the fastest, most productive dev in the world as well. So, you know, there's room for speed improvements in my life. But for now, we're doing okay. So, for example, I've got offsets and stuff like that. So I was able to kind of build out different strategies here. Oh, there's another kind of cool one I should show you. GenGrid 3. Oh, did I miss? Here's another one. So if I do tools, cider show gen art 2. So here, like, I had no clue that you could code shapes. Yeah, so here, oh, this one's, I like this actually a lot. That looks really cool. Yeah, you can kind of program whatever you want, right? So like, let me show you. Like, there's a circle. 100 by 200. There's rectangles, you know. The starish one is cool. Yeah, I like it. Let me see if I have the grid. So I made a little grid helper that kind of sorry, I'm a little all over the place. Hope that's okay. Anyone watching, or is there anyone watching who is familiar with Clojure and Clojure script at all? Just curious. It's cool if not. It's always fun to see what brings people to the stream, you know? Let me do this gen grid and see if that shows you anything cool. But yeah, oop. There we go. So this gen grid, you can kind of, so this star one has different parameters, right? So the number of points on it I can increase. So I just have this increasing point count. Looks pretty cool. No Clojure experience? Any programming at all, or are you just tuning in for fun? What brings you to the stream is basically the question. There's also stuff like this. The thing is, like, you can, there's all kinds of things you can tweak is basically the point I'm trying to bring up here. Most I've scripted is simple AHK for work. AHK, that's on Windows, right? That's auto hotkey, I think. Doing some macros and such, I guess. 1 second, I have to... Oop. That's not what I meant to do. Oh my goodness. Sorry, getting very important TikTok messages. There we go. HK, I know Kotlin, Python, and CPP. Very nice. Is Kotlin a JVM language or a JS? I can search this, I don't remember. While closing tickets, you have some really repeating phrases. Oh yeah, so you use AHK for kind of like autofill sort of things, I guess, eh? That's smart. Excuse me. Oh yeah, okay. So it does have a Java interop and other languages. Cool. Yeah, it gets old typing out the same thing over and over again. Oh man, absolutely. Like, why not get a computer to do that stuff for you, right? That's like kind of the point. But yeah, so this, you can program shapes, you know, like graphics programming. There's always ways to draw stuff. Maybe I can get into. I can even program, like, there's even 3D modeling that I do with Clojure, and that's pretty fun. All kinds of stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. But today, casual art related stuff, because that's fun. I like doing it. So HK, with Kotlin, Python, and C++, what kind of work do you end up doing? If you don't want to share, that's okay too, but it's always fun to hear what people are doing, you know, what projects they've got going on, you know, what kind of work, if they do programming for work. That's always fascinating. I like it too, because it's fun to see, like, there's a lot of times where there are devs doing, like, who are more experienced devs than I am, and it's always fun to hear what people have going on, you know? I love it. I love it. Okay. There's one thing I have to do, and that is, I'm gonna go here. I'm going, oops, that's my bad. My bad. Let's do points. Random points, width, height. Yeah. You made some Android apps. You want a hackathon with it. And about Python and C++, I've only done some algorithm questions. Okay, gotcha. So is Kotlin the language you feel most comfortable in? Is that like what you would go to if you had to code up a solution for something rather quickly? Would Kotlin be your go-to? All right. This function's not done, but I want to restart my. Yeah, that's cool stuff. So what made you pick Kotlin? Just out of curiosity, because is Kotlin? I don't know how popular it is. I'm not quite sure how it ranks in in like surveys and whatnot. No clue what a hackathon is, but that sounds pretty impressive. Yeah, so actually, hackathon, I guess they're I've never participated in one. Are they usually like a weekend type thing, or are they longer than that usually? Let's start the REPL. Oop. All right, let's load this up. This should work, hopefully. See, so this, I don't know what's wrong with my Emacs setup right now, but this drives me nuts. See this? The indent is wrong. What? What's going on? Got weird stuff going on here. I wanted to get started with Android development and choose Kotlin as the best option out there for native apps. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. That's a really sensible way to choose a programming language, right? Oh, hey, the liver. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're doing well. I think Kotlin is pretty popular. Most of Android development is done in it, I guess. So, okay, so that I actually did not realize that Kotlin was kind of the go-to Android one. So that, I learned something new. Hey, Liver, doing not too bad? That's great. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. I am also doing well. It's a rainy day here in Vancouver, which I'm told is pretty normal, so so that's all good. Just feeling I'm tired today is the simple truth. Just kind of want to hang out, you know, keep things light and easy. Feeling happy though cuz I'm working on some generative art stuff, which is always I find it enjoyable. So we got that going, you know. So it's a good day. It's a good day. You know, I find even if I'm tired, there's no reason not to have a day be a good day. You can kind of choose it. All right, there we go. Now we've got things working. There we go. Kotlin is sort of a simplified Java. Okay. I'm pretty fascinated by languages on the JVM. I mean, I'm a Clojure dev, so, you know, I've got that sort of, I'm interested in it from that perspective. I just find it pretty cool to see what's up. Well, that's just no good. I'm not sure what's causing a Stack Overflow error there. Maybe... I don't know what... Oh, I think I know. This is foolishness. For me to have this in there is not a good idea. I need to have that like this. I think because it's like infinitely trying to load itself. Oop. Again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me having a slow day. My Emacs needs to be configured in an improved way. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. All right, Cypress main. So let's do the, let's generate this pipeline. How would you go about coding a heart? It's an interesting question, actually. Well, there's a few approaches. First of all, let's do... So this is a bit of a deviation. So the name of... Here's an example of what you might be able to do. This is called a cardioid function. It doesn't exactly look like a heart, but it's a... So you do a path where you're tracing a point from a circle. So you could do something like that as a start. And then you can tweak the positions and tweak the parameters and get different sort of what am I saying? Shape. You could start with the cardioid path, and then you could stretch it, you could squash it, you could do stuff like that. Or you could do 2 Bezier curves, and then, or 1 Bezier curve, and then you mirror it, that sort of thing. Hey, the liver, I'll code alongside for like 20 to 30 minutes before heading to bed. Pretty late here in Warsaw. Hey, you do what you gotta do. Bed is a good place to be, I tell ya. Don't stay up too late, but I'm glad to have you here tuned in. That's always fun to see people in the chat, so thank you for that. Yeah, the lewd, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, rough day. Oh, sorry to hear that, the liver. I hope you can sleep well and feel refreshed and ready to handle the day tomorrow. Yeah, sorry that it was a rough day for you. It's a shame. It's never fun. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do, but there we go. That's my code. Oh, no, never mind. Thanks. Good thing tomorrow's another one. Another day, you mean? Another potential good day? Is that what you're getting at? Hopefully things go well. Hopefully things go well. That's the idea. Yeah. That's the thing, you know, even if a day goes poorly, there's always another one coming, and it could be... There's always an opportunity to turn things around, right? I'm not saying we should try to be happy all the time or whatever, but just... I guess my point is if there's a bad day here and there, humans have the capacity to handle tough situations. So rah rah rah. I don't know what I'm saying. Glad to have people here hanging out. That's a true thing for me anyway. The lewd, one day closer to Friday. Yep, absolutely. I like Fridays, I like Saturdays, I like Sundays. And you know what? I like a lot of the weekdays too. It just depends on what I have to be doing. Yeah, I got what you're saying. I like the phrase "you do you." Totally. Totally. You do you, my friend. You do you. We're all living our lives. Okay, so this gen function. So the one thing with this tools cider show. Let's do something like that. No? Oh. Let's turn the background off for a minute. Not sure if that's any better, really, but we'll go with that for the time being. Right, so what I want to do here, if I run this function, gen art 3... Ugh. I get this data structure, which is just a bunch of groups with kind of weird... It's just not a great data structure. I don't love it, basically, is the point. So, what I want to do with this gen structure here is separate out the randomness a little bit. I want to generate a random set of points, calculate a triangulation and a mesh from that, and then in a separate element of a map generate the fills, and then finally generate the colors and the styles, so that you can run all of that through. You can keep the data structure, and then you can change bits out. If you like the mesh that was generated but not the colors, you can swap the colors out independently. That's the idea. So I'm going to build that function for a minute. It shouldn't take too long. The Lude, what's your favorite non-weekend day? Well, the way I've structured my workflow lately, I really like Wednesdays because I don't do a stream on Wednesday. And don't get me wrong, I love streaming. It's a lot of fun. But it's really nice to be able to spend the whole Wednesday completely focused on doing some of my open source work. And that's a really good day for me to focus on stuff like reading design docs, improving my tests, implementing a new feature that was a little harder for me to do, that sort of thing. So I really like Wednesdays for that. It's a nice focus day. Deliver, to make my day even more demanding mentally, I gotta finish some JS stuff. Oh no! Well, good luck with that. I cannot really help you with that. I'm not a JS expert at all. I basically don't know what I'm doing. That's not totally fair for me to say that about myself, but you know. Tell us how you really feel about Mondays, though. The Lude, aren't we all? Yeah, true enough. Seem like a scarily productive person. Oh well, Lude, the Lude. I hope I can maintain some productivity. I'm not always. I do try to be. I want to be a little careful though, because productivity for its own sake isn't necessarily a good thing. You know, like I like balancing having fun and living my life while still producing and doing things that I think are valuable to myself and to other people in the world. But how do I really feel about Mondays? I'm neutral. I'm neutral on Mondays there, John. Totally neutral. It's just Monday is like the gotta shift the brain day. so I never feel like I'm totally focused on a Monday. Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, boom. I'm shooting on all cylinders. I don't know what I'm talking about. Mondays are good though. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this road on the show, huh? Points. All right. So what I want to do here is produce. I want to produce a mesh. Let's think about this for a second. If I do, let's def points out into the REPL here for a minute. Let's do random points. Let's do 20 points. Let's do a triangulate of that. The data structure I get there is points and tries. Oh. I suppose what I could actually do here is something like this. Let's do... Let's thread points through triangulate. So, and points I could even do like this. Excuse me. Let's start with that. Delude, how did you get into coding? What made you start doing it? Oh, that's actually a fun question. So, I studied mechanical engineering. That's my background. And while arguably the very first programming I ever did was in high school, and I did some C++, and it was like a small school, and we didn't have a proper computer class, or a programming class anyway. I had to do it as like computer club. And I just made kind of crappy little games, but it was a lot of fun. Then I went to university for mechanical engineering, and we had to learn things like MATLAB and C++. I was not great at either of those things. Oh, we also learned a little bit of assembly for the purpose of programming some robots, which is fun, but it didn't connect with me on a deep level at the time. Then I, fast forward a few years into the workforce, I realized that there's a lot of things you could automate. So I did, as most people do, is they discover Excel. You do all the math and weird stuff in the cells directly, which is arguably kind of programming. Not exactly, but kinda. And then you discover that there's these things called VBA macros, and you go from there, right? Seen MATLAB before? What is it? MATLAB, what's a good way to describe it? It's like an engineering simulation tool. So you can set up visual simulations and such. Oh, hello. So it's really good for running analysis on, so there's like signal processing, statistical analysis, all kinds of stuff. You can do a lot of the same things with open source libraries in Python, to be honest. A lot of MATLAB users know Python as well, or R, or both. Engineers use it a lot because you can use it to set up things like electrical signal analysis and all kinds of stuff like that. Anyway, I discovered things like VBA for Excel macros, and then I discovered that there is VBA for SolidWorks, and then I realized I should learn Python to be able to automate a few of my engineering analysis calculations for some structural stuff. And then I discovered what was my favorite tool with programming that I had ever seen before. I thought it was amazing, and I still do think it's amazing. It's OpenSCAD. Okay? It's a 3D modeling program that uses code as the basis. In fact, since I'm on tangents anyway, may as well stay on tangents. I mean, why not, right? Let's do truss CLJ. Let me start up this REPL and show you another thing here. So point is, I did 3D modeling and engineering calculations, and then I discovered that there are ways to write code to help you automate some of those processes. That's how I got into it. So I started teaching myself Python. I started teaching myself VBA for Excel and SolidWorks. And then I discovered OpenSCAD. And then after that, I discovered Clojure. And I just started teaching myself Clojure. And I've been doing open source CAD tool work ever since. That's the kind of meandering version of my of how things went for me. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I am rambling a bit, but I gotta just say, deal with it. It's my stream and it's a Monday, so so I'm gonna ramble, you know. All right, let's see if I can do tools. All right, let's see if I have, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, okay, there we go. So this is a different project, but I also have the ability to do 3D modeling with this program here, and that's a sphere. It's kind of a boring example, but no, I need, there we go. So you can get, this is a 3D box and all that sort of stuff. Interesting. Basically, you automated on an ever more advanced level. Yeah, I guess so. You just, once you automate one thing, you kind of, the logical question that you have in your head is, I wonder if there's anything else I can automate. And then you just kind of build up from there. And then I realized automating things is fine, but if I want to write code that is easy to maintain, easy to understand, and easy to expand, I want to learn how to be a bit of a better developer, and that's still an ongoing process for me, but learning other languages like Clojure was really quite helpful. And then making my own open source libraries is, I mean, it's small, the amount of people who care about it, but there have been people who've looked at it and had feedback and stuff, so that's been feeling really good. Hey, thanks for the follow there, The Loot. I appreciate that. You go on rambling, your stream with your rules. Yeah, I guess that's true, you know, it's up to me, really. This here, extrude along curve. Yeah, so this is, not totally working yet, apparently, but what's going on here? Let's see. I'm trying to just get one other little function working here. No such namespace utils. Huh. F you. All right, let's see if that fixes it. Stream's got a real cozy aura to it. I like that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's kind of what I'm going for. I painted this room. I got these LED changeable lights and stuff like that, and I mean, got the casual lo-fi type music going on. And cozy's kind of that's the vibe I want to go for from time to time, you know? I like it. I'm into it. Makes me feel calm. Right? So like these lights, for example, can change them up. Change the colors. Brightness. I can change the colors independently if I want to. Make them all different. I'm going to go back to this though, because I like that. I'm feeling that today. Whoa! 100 bits. Delude, thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Doesn't happen a lot on my stream, so thank you. That's really awesome. That is fantastic. Dang, that thank you so much. That really makes me feel good. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, did I typo something here? I did typo something. Where did we go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Alright, let me slow myself down here a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's see what's up. Okay. Do this. Let's do this. There's the Q that we don't want. And then we don't want this to be Q either. Okay. Alright, there we go. Kinda. Let's do SCAD cider show curve tube. Come on. Keep fat fingering everything here. There we go. Okay. So that's a 3D model. This is basically the whole thing I was trying to get at there. Hey, the Lude's getting late here in Stockholm. I'm gonna be heading off fairly soon. Hey, well, thanks so much, the Lude, for the follow, for the bits, for the chatting. Just lovely to have you here, even for a little bit. Don't let me keep you up. You got to do what you got to do. I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll see you around another time. No pressure, of course. You do you. Just want to say thanks one more time. It's been great. It has been great. Really like your stream, though. I hope I managed to catch another stream. Hey, I am here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. On normal weeks, I try to let people know if something's coming up and I can't be there on those normal times, but gotta say, love the chill vibe, my man. The Liver and the Lude, you guys are both too kind. But yeah, that's the vibe I want to go for, so I'm glad it's working. But yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I try to go around the same time. So I start around 12:30 Pacific time. I'm in Vancouver. Not sure what time it is right now. But yeah, I try to be consistent. So hopefully I'll see you around, is the point I'm trying to get at. Hey, Mike. Hope you're doing well today. In lurk mode, got a meeting. How's it going, Mike? I'm not sure if your volume's on at all, but glad to see you here, even if you got a lurk. I appreciate you participating, and I hope your meetings go well. The Lude, sunglasses, nice. Love it. All right, let me get back to some of my 2D stuff because I wanted to work on this generator today. So this triangulate function gives me a list of points and a list of triangles. Now what I'd like to do, anyhow, have a good one. Yeah, the Lude, have a good one too, all right? I'll see you around. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, you know. You do you. Have a good one. I don't need the edges in there, so I think I'm going to drop that. But let me do... this pair tries function takes in... Excuse me, I should do this. If I do keys tries, that should let me do this. Randomly glue tries. Let me see that this data structure is building up the way I want it to. Oh. I have to, of course, do this. Hey, deliver, gotta go. Need to read up on the difference between AMD and system modules in TypeScript. Gave up on JavaScript, don't know how people can use it. All right, man. Hey, deliver, thanks for tuning in and chatting for a bit. I really appreciate that. Best of luck with your TypeScript journey tonight. And hey, yeah, maybe I'll see you around again. Hope you sleep well, and I hope your day goes well tomorrow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And good luck, my friend. Good luck. Oof, tries is empty. That's not... Oh, that's why. I don't want n to be that. I want it to be... You know what, actually? Yeah, I'll do this. Points n, quads n. Likewise, my man. See you soon for sure. Fantastic. All right, I'll have a good one if you have a good one. That's a good deal. That's a fair deal. All right. Hey, thanks for the sub. Oh my goodness. Great Monday. Been having a great Monday. Thank you so much, Deliver. I appreciate that very much. Oh man, that made my day for sure. Subscribed for 1 month at tier 1. I just love to see it. I love to see it. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Makes me really happy. All right, so the quads n, I want to... You know what? I'll just hard code a value. I'll do 4. Points n, and I'll do here quads n. That's really all I'm trying to get at. So if I do that, so I'm building up. Oh, if you see here, I dropped the points list. So I want to change that. So let's do. The reason that's dropping off is because I actually, when I do this glue, here, I'm actually not merging. I want to do merge. Let's take this as data. Yeah, sure. Merge data. It's not a great name for it, but it's the first thing that came to mind. All right, I think I know it's wrong, but I have to go to the washroom for a minute. I'll be right back. Well. Let's pop on back. Alright. So, what did I do wrong here? I think, well, this is maybe, let's see. Kind of cheesy way to do it, but if I do that, that should fix the problem. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got now edges, tries, points, and quads. That is good. That's basically everything we need. So now I need to think about Oops. Here I am ignoring my stream and just talking to people on my phone. Oops, there we go. All right. Okay, so I basically have the data structure I want. Okay, so gen data, we'll go with that. Then, so I want to save the points. I can just dissociate the edges just to clean edges, just to get that out of there. Quads, edge, Why did that not? Oh, I called the wrong function. This is one thing I'm not careful enough with REPL stuff. Like I accidentally will change the name of a function and forget that I have to use a new function name in the REPL. Can be confusing sometimes. Though on the whole, REPL dev still totally worth it. There are even ways that I could make my workflow better if I wanted to. So it's really just my own laziness that prevents me from doing those things. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so dissociate edges works just fine. So we got the points that generated the triangles and then the quads. Perfect. Now what I want to do is create I'm just trying to think about I want fill methods, right? But I want to associate those fill methods appropriately with the triangle that was filled by them. So I'm just trying to think about how to do that. My original thought was actually super late to the party, but how's everything going? Everything is going very well, Mike. It's a tired, rainy day on my end, but I'm in a good mood. I'm not working too hard today, I'll be honest, but that's totally fine by me. Mike, I'm not sure if you saw this stuff that I was working on. Well, never mind, apparently. Oh, I changed the data structure and it's gonna break, of course. Anyway, have you seen this? I was making some art based on this. Haven't been able to tune in to the past couple of streams, so I doubt I've seen what is recent. Okay, well, let me try to fix a function and then I'll show you what's up. Actually, let me do this. Gen art should work. Okay, so I have oh, I think I mentioned a few of these things. I saw these prints in IKEA, and I've been working on an art generation tool to mimic the style. So it all works. I've got the triangulation fixed. I've got the convex hull calculation working. I've got a method that generates quads from the triangle. It randomly glues some triangles together to make quads for rendering those. And now I'm just in the process of finalizing how it all looks. And then I want to make a an interactive web page for it so people can go to it, tweak a few parameters, generate a few different ones, and maybe even print them themselves. And then I'll have a little donation link at the bottom. Like, if you like my work, then you can go to blah, 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 blah to donate to some cash or something like that. But the donation stuff is all, it's tertiary concerns. This is what I'm working on. Feeling pretty good about it. And it's been a lot of fun. So I'm kind of just cleaning up the design of the pipeline a little bit. So I've got some style hard-coded into the generation tool. What I want to do is make a data structure and an independent render function so that you can randomly generate the data and randomly generate the render style, and then you can just pull out, you can save out the parts that you want to keep. So that, for example, if you like the mesh, but you don't like the colors, you can save the mesh and rerun the render with different colors, for example. So that's the idea. So I'm just fixing that stuff up. And let me show you one other thing that's pretty fun. So I've got, that's a smart little feature to let people customize it a bit. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe an even better approach is to have technically as part of the, like eventually I want to have an options map where you can kind of fine tune some of the randomizations. I don't know how to do it yet, but it would be fun to have the random aspects work by a seed value. So you could randomly generate a bunch at once, and then you can print out the seed for each generation. Then you can save the seed and just use that to regen stuff. But I don't know how to build that yet. So instead of using just a seed value, I'm seeding the entire data structure. So you can save the data and just re-render it. Is it better? I don't know. It's the thing that I'm doing as a start. But the cool thing is, right, like I want to be able to give access to these sort of gen tools to make different things. Like this is a grid with one thing varying and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a lot of cool things that you can work on to change it up. So that's what I'm working on. I like this one a lot, actually. It looks pretty cool. And that's related to idea 2 here. I have this focus point. I kind of actually, I wonder if I do rand int 20. Oops. 20 as well. That's kind of cool. Whoop. Divide by 0, huh? That's no good. So there's one, like, you know, there's some flaws in my approach. There's still spots where the random numbers generated do cause issues. So I have to iron out those little things here. It almost looks like a cyber spiderweb styling. Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty neat. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. Here, I can even slightly tweak this. Let me let the focus just be what it is here. I don't even need it on at this point. Let's, ooh, this is pretty big numbers. Let's change those a little bit here. So if I rerun Gen Art 2 over this grid now, whoop. That's a bit of a random spiderweb. That's not what I meant to do, but it does look pretty cool, I will say. I kind of like that. So the reason that's all weird is because the grid is not meant to run, or I didn't code it to run on the change that I did here. So instead of that, let me do Gen Art 2, Rn. There you go. So that's a little more spiderwebby. I think anyway. It's really cool because it's the same set of functions and I'm just turning certain parts off and on and getting wildly different results. I love that about generative art. It's fun. Next step is to make it dynamically morph so it goes and shifts over time. Actually, Mike, that is exactly a feature I have in mind. That's one reason I'm generating the data structure and the fill and the styles independently, because what I can do, I can make time-based functions that basically will transition point positions over time. So what I can do is have a start mesh and an end mesh as long as they have the same number of points and each point has a parametric curve that is a function of time, then I can morph them all between back and forth infinitely. So that's exactly what I have in mind. In fact, it is related to, if I go here, the idea for this whole thing is actually built into this kind of functionality right here. All of these functions have this $CST, which is a time-bound function. So I can turn time off, and sorry, this is kind of hard to see. Let me do purple. Oops. There we go. So lime green. There, it's a little better, maybe. Can't wait to see that happen. It'll probably be a really cool screensaver looking animation. Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind, something along those lines. And here's kind of the proof of concept that the idea can work. These are polygons where each point of each polygon is mapped to a straight line, where it's a parametric curve equation. So it goes from 0 to 1, and if you map the time variable to go from 0 to 1, right, then the point's position at time t is always calculated for you. That's the whole purpose. So using those, you can map any point from any shape to any position at any time. Then all you need to do is make sure the shape start and shape end conditions have the same number of points, so that it geometrically morphs in a beautiful way, not in a kind of discontinuous and jumpy way. So the data structure I'm working on back in the other project is designed to have start time mesh, mid time mesh, and an end time mesh randomly positioned, but all following some kind of trajectory so it can look really cool. That's the whole idea. But I'm not doing that today. That's probably a tonight/tomorrow thing. And I'm going to use, I think, FFmpeg to export some animations. Probably not real time. The real time stuff, I could probably make a web page for it, but it might run slow with my idea anyway. But now I'm getting ahead of myself. What I'd like to do is go back and focus on, let's switch this back so that I capture the idea I had here. I don't want to lose that. I think I should just do actually, let's do this times like that. I think that's fine. I also don't remember why I have it as GenGrid 3. There was a reason for it. I think I deleted the other GenGrid functions, so it's not necessary anymore. Also, this is kind of throwing off my groove here, so let me just not do that. Instead, I'll just make it 0, 0. For simplicity. Oh, and there's the original shape traced out there, the hull. And let's change it from sketch polygon to EL/polygon like that. And let's do that. And we'll make it A style again as well. Nice. I don't know if I like it with the outlines though. So we can turn that off like that. All right, so here we are. Back to this gen data. There we go. So there's gen data, then there's render data. Right. So what I need to happen, is I realized one little problem here. Why is quads a list and not a vector? I mean, I suppose if I do this, vec quads. Hey, Cpantan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hopefully, sorry if I got your name wrong. I do my best, but sometimes I misread things. But I hope you're doing well, and I appreciate the follow. That's really nice. It's always exciting to see people follow the channel, so thank you for that. No, it was correct. Cpantan, perfect. Perfect. What brings you here? If you want to share and talk about about the work you do or anything like that, you go right ahead. If you don't want to answer any of my questions, that's totally fine too. I'm just glad to see you here, and I hope you are doing well. Okay, so if I make that the function, the reason I'm thinking about that is just because. Me too, bro. Oh, nice. I appreciate that. That's nice. That's kind of you. The reason I turned the quads list into a vec is because then I can use the indices to pull the quads. Is that a good idea, though, is the thing I'm trying to think about. What's the language? Oh, yeah. This is Clojure, Clojure. It's a Lisp language that runs on the JVM. That's the short version of it. In my opinion, it's a very cool language. It's a functional programming language. It has immutable data structures, like I said, built on the JVM. It has a variant called Clojure script, which compiles to JavaScript. And it works quite well, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the language I'm using. And I'm working on, I don't know if you were around to hear what I was working on, but I'm generating some art today. So we got this is a sort of one generation view of what I'm working on. But let's do... Oops. There we go. So I'm making a little tool that generates sort of polygon art fill thing. Let me turn this number down a bit though. Ooh, amazing. I should learn it. If you're up for it, you go for it. I recommend it. I think it's a really good language. It's a lot of fun. You could do a lot of cool stuff with it. Right now, I mean, like, I'm just using it for generative stuff, but there's all sorts. It's a general purpose language, so you can use it for anything you want, really. Do you know any programming languages yourself, Sepantan? Okay, so what I need to do now is... Let's do, Just call me Tan, bro. No problem. You do PHP, JS, and Python. Oh, nice stuff. I know a bit of Python. I've never really done PHP, and I've done JS, you know, because I feel like everyone kind of has to do a bit of JS at some point if they ever want to do anything on the internet. So I've done JS in that way, but I'm not like a JS expert or anything. So cool stuff. All right. Like I would say, yeah, I'm familiar that with some of the basics of JavaScript, but I would not label myself as a JS dev, you know? I don't know enough of it yet, really. Quite frankly, I'm not too keen to learn it either. maybe that's not good of me, but I just I don't know. I like my Clojure. I like my Clojure script. But maybe I'm a stubborn old man already. All right, I need to come up with a way to build this data structure effectively. That's the struggle I'm having here. Well, let's do this. Let's make a little function here. Defin fill quads, and let's just go with that. We'll get the data structure in, which is going to be keys quads as data. We'll go with that, and then we'll just fill it up from there. Okay. 10, where are you from, if you want to talk about it? Yeah, sure, no problem. So I'm in Vancouver in Canada. Vancouver in British Columbia in Canada. I grew up in southern Ontario, which is a different province in Canada, and I moved a couple months ago from Ontario over to BC, and I love it here. That's what's up. That's where I'm from. Nothing too exciting. So southern Ontario. You are too? Whereabouts? Like Canada or from BC? Silverhand? I'll be honest, I'm gonna Google Maps that for a minute here so I have a picture in my head. Oh, you're from BC. Okay, I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, so if you're like from BC... Oh, you wrote it wrong. So if you're from BC, like grew up in BC, Vancouver area, I will not necessarily know the places you're talking about. Like, I'm still pretty fresh. I've made lots of friends and people are telling me places to go, but I haven't visited it all yet. So still lots to learn. So sorry if I don't get all your references and such, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. So are you like in Canada now, or have you moved somewhere? That's okay. All right, I appreciate your patience. All right, so here, fill quads. Basically, all I need to do is let's build up. If I get quads from the keys there, I want to do. No, you're in Canada now? Okay, gotcha. Nice, nice. Do you do dev work for a living, or are you just interested in dev on the side? All right, so my idea here is basically let's just do it like this. For quad in quads, basically all I need to do is let the function be get from quad fill strategies rand int. No, let's change this actually. Let's do first shuffle quad fill strategies. No, let's change this up. How does this work again? Oh. I don't know what I'm doing. I think maybe it's like this. Having a slow day here, I'll be honest. Whatever. One last attempt. There we go, that's it. So here, what I actually could do is, excuse me, let's change this approach slightly. Okay, let's not do a for, let's just do let function is gonna be something different. It's gonna be let f be, let's build out the whole function like this. Function of some quad q, so some function quad, let f inside here be the fill function. Fill function is that, and you do you apply that fill function to the quad, and you do... Oh, no, I have to do this slightly differently. I have to do index and quad like that. So I want it to pair off like this, index, fill function of the quad like that. Now the only thing I have to check is the fill function. I think there are other parameters to it. I don't remember. If I do quad fill, points n is always part of it. Right, where n is some number of lines or something. So let's do n. Let's see. Let's do this. Quads fill n. No, I don't want that to, I want to just let that be what it is. So here, the fill function takes in the quad that it's filling, and it takes some variable n, which I want to be minimum of 4 plus rand integer 4 as well. Let's do 5 and 5 maybe. No, 4 and 6 I think is fine. I can tweak that if I need to later. Right, so what's happening here is the function itself is getting mapped. Okay, so I have all of the quads. I'm gonna do I don't think I need to do that. I guess I don't need the indices at all, right? I can just do map v, then it's all baked in. All right, so we do that. Now we do merge into data I can actually just assoc into data the key fill quad fills is going to be the result map v of f over quads. Okay, that took longer than I wanted, but I think that'll work. We'll find out in just a moment. Here, all I need to do is fill quads like this, and that should, if I gen data 100, 100, ooh. Something went wrong. Oh, here's what it is. I don't need the index passed in there anymore. That's just like that. That should still work. There we go. We've got... Now we've got a set of quad fills. It looks okay. All right, let's fill tries as well. Should work. Quad fills. Oh, oops. I have to make this tri fills. Tri fills. Quad fills. Okay, good. Now gen data, and now we've got render data, where let's start one little piece at a time here. Let's do keys. Let's get tri fills and tries. So the first thing I want to do is let outline be some style, which is going to be fill none stroke white, and then stroke width 1.5. Okay, so that's the outline. Let's just go with that. Let's leave it as simple as that for right now. So the outline is that. Given keys, tri, fills, and tries, let's render it out using just the outline. So the first thing I want to do is element group the result of let's see, apply the function polygon tf style outline. No, sorry. Yeah, actually group that. Yeah, thread the triangles. Yeah. We're gonna map. Oh boy, I'm missing keywords here. Let's map this function over tries. Okay. All right, so if I do def a as gen data, let's do 200 by 300. Okay, so that's A. Let's now render data. Let's do tools, cider, show, render data of A. All right, so it's rendering the tries, which is a good start. That is pretty cool. So let's read gen A for a minute. Okay, good. It's different now. Perfect. Oh, there is one final thing here. If I do hull of points of A, do I want to do that? Gen data, let points n, quads n. Let's let the hull as well be map v point over the result of hull of points. Oh, no, I can't. That'll work. Then all I want to do here is assoc hull That should work. So what what I think would be good is to have separate render functions for each thing. So there's triangle fills, there's triangle outlines, there's quad fills, quad outlines, there's hull fill and hull outline. Hull fill, no, hull should be its own thing. Yeah, that's a better idea. But before I get ahead of myself again, let me do just this. Render data. Let's do render fill is going to be some no, it's going to be some fill, and that's going to be, if I do try fills of A, let's do first of that, so it's some list of things. Let's actually do try fills of A. Let's do nth of that result 3. Wait, count try fills of A 4. Ooh. That seems wrong. I did this backwards. Try fills, quad fills. Whoopsie. That's kind of a big deal. There we go. So if I def A as gen data 200 by 300, huh? Why is that wrong? Oh, it's not wrong. The number of those is wrong. There we go. Be right back. Okay. I realized one thing. This I want to be this should be gen mesh is the start. Gen points maybe should be the start. No, I don't need a gen points, really. Okay, so gen mesh is a function that takes in the points. So you don't need the points n, you don't need this. You do have the hull. In fact, actually, this actually means I can do this. Points triangulate. Yeah. Yeah. Here, let's do association to the hull, and instead of doing it in the let, let's just build it directly in. So we go like this. Points and quads. Quads n, I mean. Okay. So that is gen mesh. Which we do like this. Generate points, calculate mesh. Okay. If I do no, that's fine, I think. Quads n. Okay, so let's do that. Gen mesh, fill tries, fill quads. Yeah, that's fine. Here I want to do gen mesh gen fill. Yes, that's what I want next, and that's currently where I'm at, up to the fills. Okay, let's see. Render fill, let's blank it for a second. Okay, so everything seems to be working here. The only thing, of course, is gen data. This is now wrong. Instead of that, I actually want to do data, right? Because what it'll do here, actually, let's do keys as data. I don't need to do let's change this. Gonna change this up entirely here. Let's do just leave this out of here like that. Okay, so generating the fills I need from here. Actually, I should be able to just pass data through directly like this. So dissociate edges has already happened. It doesn't need to happen, I should say. Randomly glue tries has happened already in the fill mesh. In the mesh generation, I mean. So here, let's actually call this mesh data, or just mesh, containing the keys, quads and tries, and points. But it only technically needs tries or quads, and it should work. So gen fills, if I have a map that just says quads and it's a single quad, it should still work. And if it's just a single try, that should still work. That makes sense to me, I think. I mean, we'll find out if that makes sense, because I can build that data structure nice and quickly and see. So mesh. Yeah, it should be as simple as this, mesh. And I shouldn't need any of these. These should be private. Okay, let's try that. The hull is wrong. Points and tries, that works. Okay, well, oh my goodness. Tired brain, sorry. Okay, I think I'm gonna give myself 15 to 20 minutes. Can get a good render. I could get some rendering in, and then we'll kind of build off that. So yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, so gen fills generates. Yeah, I think that's fine. So let's do gen data. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so gen data works like this. It's random points, width, height, and then 16 is it's hard coded, but you pass that into gen mesh right away. Gen mesh, which has a hard coded quad value of 4, and then then you do gen fills of that. Which actually should have no, I'll leave it like that. That's fine. So gen fills Then I should probably have one more, like a color defin gen calls colors, which should have going in. It should have data. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. Let colors be no. Let's let line color no. Yes, line color. No. Let's okay. It's gonna be like this. Let colors be the function rand. What did I call that? I made a function for colors. Our colors. Oh, let's change that. Random colors like this. Random colors, let's take 10. Let's do background equals first colors lines background foreground is second colors, and then highlight is last colors. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we'll try it. And all I want to do is here take data assoc background foreground. Oh, you know what? Let's clean this up a bit. We don't need to. Like this. Don't need that. We just need to generate the colors randomly, like a list of 10. That's fine. Assoc background first, foreground second. So first and second will have the highest contrast difference between them. That's why I'm doing that. And then I want highlight to be some third color that doesn't have quite as much contrast. So later down the list, it has less contrast with the first color. So I could make this number 20 if I want things to be closer still. So let's actually make it 16. Why not? There's not really a reason not to. I also don't know if that strategy will work, but let's try it. No reason not to. Okay, so gen data then is gen mesh, gen fills, and then gen colors. Should give me the full. Okay, looks good. So background is some RGB color. Okay, good. I think we're on the right track. Okay, so render fill takes a fill. let's see. Let's look like this. Let's do there we go. Okay, so fill takes in the fill thing and the colors map. So we do keys, background, foreground, HL, like that. So then the fill itself is a little more straightforward. We do we actually don't need the background for the fill, right? Yeah. So the style is gonna be fill is the fill is randomly going to be either none or the highlight color. First shuffle HL or none. The stroke is going to be the foreground. No, the fill will always be none. This is not quite correct. It's going to be the, yeah, that's true. In fact, this is just going to be foreground like that. We don't even need this, so we basically just want this. Apply el/group to the result of map some function. Oh boy, how's everyone doing, by the way? Hope things are going okay on your end. I am just trying to think through the smoothest way to do these things, really. That's just all. Okay, let's do let f be, it's either if count of the thing being passed in is equal to, if it's equal to 2, then it's a line, otherwise it's a polygon. Yeah. if the count of the things equals 2, the function you use is el/line, and you do it like this. Oh no, this has to be now like this. Function Hey, the Cedar Prince, doing well? Saw you're messing with Clojure, wanted to swing by to see what you're up to. Oh yeah, if you give me 1 second to finish up this function, I can actually show you what I'm working on. Give a visual of it. Also, welcome. It says here you're a first-time chatter. It's nice to see you. I hope things are well with you. Yeah, it's always nice to see people in the chat. New people in the chat especially is fascinating to me. So welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Yeah, I will show you in just a moment. Function points. Let's do that. Yeah, because it's a function of points. Oh boy. All right. So if the count of the points you pass in here is equal to 2, then you do apply. Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to do this all in one line. That's not necessary, really. Apply el/line function to points. Otherwise, you just do el/polygon to points. There we go. Okay, so that's the mapped function. So I want to just map f over this should be, I should call it fill data, probably. It's maybe a little better, or fill points, fill data. Yeah, so hey, the Cedar Prince, so you you saw I was messing with Clojure. Are you a Clojure dev yourself? Do you use it for a hobby, for professional work, or both, or neither? Just curious. And 1 second, this function's almost done, and then I'll show you some visuals, because the visuals are always fun. All right, let's go. Map the function f over the fill data, and then transform it with style, where the style is actually just going to be fill none. Let me clean this up just a bit here. Whoops. Map this whole function. Oh, I did this wrong as well. Yeah. Fill none stroke FG is the foreground color coming in from the color map. Actually, not a Clojure dev, sadly. I've been exploring Common Lisp lately to expand my computer science understanding. But in general, I'm a Julia program, which is built around FemtoLisp. I have been keeping an eye on Julia, and I think I want to do a few projects with it here and there. Julia Lang seems really quite cool. Common Lisp, I might learn that one eventually, though my enthusiasm for wanting to learn Common Lisp has decreased a bit since I became better at Clojure, but it's still on the list of fascinating languages to learn, so that sounds great. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be biased, but I think Clojure's a great language, so if you're ever in the mood for learning it for some reason, I say give it a go. Oh, dude, I have something for you. Marching squares. Let's see. Is this your own, Cedar Prince? Is this your blog post or just someone else's? Implementing marching squares is very cool. Visualizing a grid. Julia Lang. Wow, this is nice. I like this is well presented. Really cool. For what it's worth, just for yourself and for anyone else, posting links in my chat, completely fine. Totally not a problem at all. as long as you don't start spamming, as long as you don't start being a jerk about it, and I've not encountered a problem, so don't feel worried about it. What I won't do, or am very unlikely to do, is open a link directly onto my screen, just for, reasons of controlling what's on my stream. But sharing links, totally fine. I'll even pop them open on my iPad here, and I can read them later on. So what you just shared there, Marching Squares algorithm blog post, I do appreciate that a lot. It looks really cool. I've got it open here for later reading. So there's nothing wrong. Point is, nothing wrong with sharing links. Just don't expect me to pop them up on my screen necessarily. So fair warning. But anyway, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, it is a post I've made. Made me think of you in your blog post. Well, it looks really awesome. It looks great. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm gonna, like I said, it's open on my tab here, and I'm gonna give it a nice good read later on. Thank you so much. Okay, visual time. Oh, I should also do stroke width 1.5. Stroke width, I should probably have it exposed as well, but okay. Let me now do, so I've got, okay. All right, that's a start. So this is just a randomly generated triangle, Delaunay triangulated mesh. That's nothing. I already like how it looks, but that's nothing complete yet. I have this other stuff I have done. Gen art, let's do 350 by 550. Let's do 16. Background false. Are you using Kitty? It looks really slick within the terminal, and the art looks really cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. So this is basically the output I get. I'm improving the data structure a bit so that any user can separate the mesh and fill generation from the style and the color, because I realize you might have a situation where you get a really cool mesh, but you don't like the colors necessarily, so you want to rerun a portion of the render. So I'm trying to separate them out. Let me also lower this number for a minute. And to answer your question, I do actually use Kitty, but I'm not in Kitty right now. What you see on screen is my Emacs buffers. So I've got org mode here and Emacs. And then this here, this pane on the right side is actually the Clojure REPL running directly. And what's cool is I have these show functions that what it's actually doing is generating a temp. It's saving a temp SVG file to the project root directory, and then it's loading it in with, it's turning it into a Java file object, which Cider, C-I-D-E-R, the Emacs REPL tool for Clojure, one of, it recognizes when you've got a renderable item. So in this case, Emacs can render SVG inline. So you can generate an SVG, pull it back in as a file, and it'll render it into the REPL. So I use Kitty, but this is not actually Kitty. You could set up a similar workflow in Kitty, though, for sure. If I wanted to, for example, show this in here, I could go to File. If I could type. So if I open the temp SVG here, that's the same file that's being shown here. So if I were to do this, it's a new file, and if I go back to here and refresh the page, boom, new file. So that's all it's doing. but it looks really nice in my opinion. It does in fact work with other things too. So if I go to a different REPL for a minute. Here, I was earlier in the stream doing some, just showing off a weird 3D render. So if I do this, using the same principle, this is a different function, but it's the same principle. I can also show PNG images, which are generated from a program called OpenSCAD, which is a 3D modeling tool. Let's do a sphere. There we go. So that is generated as a PNG and rendered back into the buffer. That is incredible. Thanks for showing that. Oh, well, I'm glad you like it. It's a really fun workflow. I have ideas for ways to improve this in the future. Like, what I would really, really love, and this maybe is a pipe dream. I don't think I'm a good enough dev quite yet. I think I can build it eventually, but I think it would be so cool to have a REPL, Clojure or otherwise, where you can send it and use it normally like this, right? Like you just have data structures and all of that, but you can also send it renderables and it'll render 2D stuff like SVG and PNG, but it'll also render things like 3D models that you can manipulate and stuff live. If you want to put a UI component in, if you say pass it a button data structure, it'll render that in the like just as a line in there, render it and let you interact with it. I think that would be amazing. I'm not there yet. This is not interactive, but even without the interactivity, this workflow I really enjoy. So I've just got ideas for improvements. Not only do I think the workflow is great, but the graphics are amazing. Yeah. Oh, and that's right. So back to that. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate it. I made this tweet the other day kind of explaining what happened or where this came from. So this is another screenshot of the same tool. I was in IKEA with my partner. She and I saw these pictures. So you can buy these prints. And I looked at them and I thought, I wonder if I could make a computer program that can generate art that kind of looks like it. And that was the question. I thought, I'll take a picture of that and see what I can come up with. And, you're seeing it right here. You're seeing the result. And I think that is just so fun. I love it. Pretty cool, right? Like, oh, yeah. So it's a pretty good, it's coming along. Like I said, some style changes would be good, but it's pretty neat, eh? Hey, Lord Thwong. Welcome, welcome. You're a great artist then. Thank you. Lord Thwog, or if I'm getting the name right, I just want to, are you, do I know you in real life? Am I remembering correctly? I think that's right? Yes. Okay, cool. How's it going? I hope things are well with you over there. I hope things are well. Okay, what was I trying to do now? Oh man, I'm a little tired today. But yeah, the cedar prints. I hope that gives a little bit of context here. I have to run, but may I DM you some about Julia's stuff? What you described about Terminal being able to have showables in 3D is possible in Julia World. Oh. Cedar Prince, yeah, if you gotta go, that's totally cool. Thanks for stopping by. Please do feel free to DM me. I'll see if I can get back to you. Well, I will be able to get back to you. You go for it. Once again, thanks for showing up. Thanks for chatting. I really appreciate it. Hey, thanks for the follow too. That's awesome. All right, I'll keep my eyes open in my inbox and we'll get some chatting underway. That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much. Lord Thwog, I'm doing great. School has been good. How have you been? Hey, glad to hear school's been going well. for a little context, if there's anyone else watching, Lord Thwog, I know them in real life because they're one of my cousins. So, we're catching up via Twitch chat, which is hilarious. Glad to hear school's going great there, Thwog. How have I been? I've been doing fantastic. It's actually raining out today, so it's a nice cozy day in. But I've been feeling good. As you can tell, I've been like, I have new lights and I'm working on improving my room and the stream aesthetic and stuff like that. So, things have been great. Things have been so good. I was at a cottage this weekend doing a bit of work, relaxing. So I'm just living life, you know, having a good time, feeling great, feeling good. Oh, and say hi. I was gonna say nice background music. Oh yeah, it's nice, eh? It's if you ever need to focus and study and stuff like that, but you don't want complete silence. Lo-fi study beats or lo-fi hip hop, lo-fi like L-O-F-I. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I also I can control the lights from my phone. So they're all like they're Bluetooth connected and you can change the colors too. This is a Tokyo theme. Savannah sunset. Midwinter, really bright blue. Soho. I love it. It's so fantastic. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, so I'm having a good time over here. Hey, oh, by the way, before I forget, say hi to the rest of the family. If you get a chance. I hope they're all doing well also. All right, let's get something rendered on the screen, why don't we? Let's do that. So we got this going. That's nice. I'll do that for sure. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I've made this render fill function. I don't know if I actually made it work, so let's test that out now. That's probably a good thing to do, I would imagine. So this render data thing currently only does a fill on the outlines. What I'd like to do next is provide... Oh, we're gonna need, so we need try fills, tries, and colors. And let's let the outline yeah, let's let outline and HL fill be fill highlight from the colors list. That's good. And then the stroke is none. And the stroke is none. Oh, and the opacity, I want it to be, this must be a key. I want the opacity to be, let's just do rand. So rand is some random, wait, I have to do it like this then. That's not quite what I want. Let's ignore that for now. Let's actually just make it like this. We'll hard code a value, 0.2. That should be fine. Let's randomly apply first shuffle either outline or HL fill to the triangle list. And then here, what I want to do is, so that's the triangle outlines and or the infill. And then the other function here, I want to map, not polygon, but I want to map render fill the styles built in to the function over try fills. All right, now we have to see if that'll actually work the way I anticipate. It might, but it might not, because I'm going a little off the rails today. So let's def A as gen data 300 by 400, why not? And I want to now render data A. Didn't work. Okay, so we can work backwards from here. Let's undo this part. See if the regular renders are working okay. Okay, so there's a problem even there. Let's have a look here. I might have typoed a thing or two here. So let's apply element G to map. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just do map this whole function. Take a try. Okay. Oh, here we go. This is what I did wrong. Yeah, that should fix that. All right, let's go with that. Okay, tools, cider, show, render, data A. Okay, there we go. We've got a good start going. That looks pretty cool, to be honest. I like how that looks so far. It's pretty neat. Cool, cool. Okay. I think I should compose these a little bit differently yet. I should render the data out on a layer basis. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So let's now do this. Let's see if this works. Render fill over the try fills. Let's try this now. Still wrong. Okay. One argument only. Oh, well, of course. I have to actually pass in the right data. How would I expect it to know? Okay, so we're passing in the fill data, and then we're passing in the colors because we want the color in there. Okay. Okay. Close. Close, but still not working. It's also, just get rid of that for now. Let me define, let's just do def B. Let's get first of, okay. Render fill B. And the key here. Didn't map this over anything. Classic mistake. Okay. Map this function. Let's go F like that. Okay. Map that thing, that whole function over. Map it over fill data like that. Oops. All right, let's try that. There we go. That's promising. Now let's try this again. Okay. Okay, it rendered. It's empty, but it rendered. So we're stepping in the right direction here. It's still wrong, but it's less wrong. Render data A. Oh, of course. So this has to be CSS. Like that. There we go. Huh, that's very cool. All right, now map that together. There we go. Yeah, I have to do this in layers, and this I realize there's one problem here. I'm gonna think about the highlight fills later on. What I'm gonna do right now is, so we got a render fill function. Let's produce a render. Let's change this to read in a similar way. Let's map this function style, this whole thing, we'll map that over tries. It's a little hard to read, unfortunately. Oh, let's make it easier. We get rid of that. Okay, now I've got it now. Okay. Okay. Transform / style outline. But outline goes like this. I pull CSS from foreground of colors like that. That's the stroke. Okay, so now if I just close this properly, nope, right here. Okay, now this should not change. Okay, good. That's consistent. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I need here. Okay, now the next little thing to do quad fills, quads, and we just do the same thing with the quads. That's all there is to it, really. So let's do this. Tries, quads, quads, and quad fills. Okay. Let's see. All right, there we go. That's looking quite promising. Now let's gen data There we go. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm happy with this. All right. Let's also render it with the background. I think that's a good idea. So let's do el/rectangle, and I want to do let padding. Let's hard code that. So the rectangle width and height are actually going to be actually, let's do this. Width and height are derived from oh, good. Okay. Let's do pad is 20. So here I just do map plus times 2 pad over transform bb dims of points. Oh, wait a minute. Let's make a polygon of the hull of keep the hull like that. Hull poly el slash polygon of the hull points, which come from hull of the keys. Okay, that seems promising. So the bounding box dims of the hull polygon map this function over that, then you get the width and height of the background. So the rectangle is width height, and then the I do want to thread that rectangle through TF style fill background like this. Okay, I think that'll work. There we go. Oof, that's bad. Wait, is background always... Why is the background always the same? Right, fill CSS of background of colors like this. There we go. Oof, oof, oof. These are horrible. This doesn't look good at all. Oh no. I messed something up, apparently. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Okay, so let me change that up then. Foreground is one thing. So, gen colors. Okay. Let's make... Foreground is the first of the colors. Background is the last. And then the highlight is second. Let's even do nth colors 0, 1, 2. No. Second is good, probably. No. Let's do 4 because I'm hard coding this. So let's make this 24. Hopefully I can gen some better colors then. Also, what's going on? Back with the... Oh, that's cool. That's not what I mean, that, starting to, I kind of like this. Okay. This is coming along very nicely. But I do think it's time for me to go. Yes, I am gonna go. Thank you, everyone. I had a really nice stream. Near the start, I had some bits. I had some subscriptions. I had a few people following. I had really nice conversation. I'm in a great mood. Thanks, everyone who participated. Thanks, everyone who tuned in and is just enjoying watching. I appreciate everyone in whatever capacity they have to participate. It is phenomenal on my end. I love it. Thank you so much, everyone. I love it. I'm in a great mood and I like my streams. So thanks so much. I'll be on my way. Have a good one, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.